Hey guys, welcome back to the NFL Pick 6 show, Week 8 edition. It was a crazy week 7.
Oh man, it was nuts. I think everybody had a bad week actually.
Oh yeah, upsets, just things that we didn't expect to happen. Just
you
insane.
need one of those.
Yeah.
You have to have a crazy week every year in the NFL. People get knocked out of Survivor.
Yeah.
And we went 2-3. Which isn't great. 2 weeks in a row, 2-3. But we had such a good cushion going into that we're still only 5 points out of the top 25 in the Circa contest, and only 3 points out of the top 200.
Yeah.
So, and out of 5,200 people, it's pretty good. So I'm feeling good.
No, I am too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really wild week. I mean, just a lot of unexpected things.
Yeah, and I hate to blame the refs because it was just a weird week, but also worst officiating I've seen this season.
Oh no, yeah, I totally agree. A lot of bad calls on both sides of the ball, especially it was just. I feel like we always say that when your team loses, but I also think it was against the teams that
the teams we liked. We were just like, what are they calling?
Well, it was against the teams we liked and the teams they went against. So it's just a lot of bad officiating overall, and I think the NFL really needs to get better at it. I feel like they need to review more things.
I'm okay with a little bit longer game, with a little bit more review. I don't know where that is. I mean, it didn't work when they tried it for the year with the reviewing pass interference calls.
Yeah.
But some of the out of control holdings and things like that, that they could review.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to get into it?
Yep.
All right.
So for my first pick, I have Jacksonville -2.5 against Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is on a 2-game win streak, and I feel like they're not that good of a team to be going on a 3-game win streak. Jacksonville, they look like they're heating up. Now they're gonna have a tester against this Pitt defense, but
yeah, it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but Jacksonville is just looking too good. Travis Etienne just carrying their whole offense. I think he's going to run all over them. I think he's going to have over 2 touchdowns this game. And Christian Kirk, I think we're going to be ready. This is Calvin Ridley's breakout game. He's been really quiet. I think this is the game that he's going to be utilized a lot in. Not as much Christian Kirk. Evan Ingram, I think, is going to have a big game. I just like Jacksonville's game.
I'm on Jacksonville also, so we agree on our first one, so that's good.
Yeah.
I do think Pitt's playing on a little bit of borrowed time. I see them as, maybe 500 team.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're ripping off 3 wins in a row when Jackson's trajectory is up. So I like Jacksonville.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, for me, I have Dallas at home -6.5 against the Rams. So Dallas coming off a bye. I like that. The Rams... So for me, there's 3 tiers of teams. You've got the top teams, you've got the middle section of the road, and then you've got the bottom.
Yeah.
So I see the Rams at the bottom of the middle tier for me, and I see Dallas at the bottom of the top tier for me. So with these two matching up, I think Dallas is have to come in and make a statement, and I think there's going to be no problem at home covering 6.5.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at more the Rams actually. I think they're coming off a tough loss against the Steelers. I think they're going to be a little upset. Cooper Kupp, pretty silent. I think he's going to have a breakout game. This is the year I think it's going to be switched off every time. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. One's going to have a breakout game, then the other, then the other, then the other, and just going to keep going like that. I really think that's how this offense is going to be working. Darrell Henderson had a great game, and so I'm not against it completely, but I think we just have to watch out for the Rams are upset that they just lost to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But I'm not against the pick at all.
That's okay. What else you got?
I have Kansas City -7 at Denver.
Chiefs.
They just don't lose against Denver. I think it's 13 straight wins, maybe even more actually, 15.
Yeah. Well, there's like a 16-1 in there. There was a win, but yeah, I think it's 13 straight against Denver.
So Kansas City -7. They're playing good football. McCole Hardman, he got worked into the offense just a little bit. Expect him to be in there a bit more. I like the Chiefs -7.
All right, I have KC on the board also. I didn't yesterday. They were at 8. It's dropped to 7. I'm a little nervous that it's going to come out at 7.5 or 8 in the Circa contest. I don't like betting the Chiefs when it's in that 7 to 10 range. Once it gets into double digits, I like it again. But for me, Denver's coming off a win, which they're not going to do a lot. And the Chiefs just have their number. It's in their head. I think the Chiefs are on a big trajectory up.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to come in and make a statement against Denver.
No, yeah, and you are the biggest Russell Wilson hater
I am the biggest Russell Wilson hater
ever met. So the Chiefs -7, I think, is a good one.
Great, we agree on 2.
Yep.
All right, next for me is I've got Minnesota as a pick'em at Green Bay. So I've been on Minnesota all year. We haven't taken them every week, but I keep saying it's only the turnovers that are hurting them. And I think they're way better than their record says. I think they're figuring some stuff out, even though they're dealing with a little bit of injury. Green Bay's on the way down, and Minnesota's on the way up. They're relatively evenly matched if you look at them on paper, but with the trajectories, I keep saying trajectories today, they're on opposite directions. And I see Minnesota taking care of this game, even though it might be close to pick'em game.
Yeah, I had Minnesota as well. I just think Minnesota is a far superior team. And, beating the Niners, I like that you're saying they're on the upward trajectory. They're really good. And the Packers, they're not doing too good.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, Aaron Jones, he's struggling. A.J. Dillon starting to take more of that role. And that's the thing they're really good at is running the ball, and it hasn't gotten started yet this season. So
yeah, and I think that Minnesota, even though they're so bad off, they have an easy schedule coming up.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of starting to believe, oh, wait, we can make the playoffs and fix this thing. Where I think Green Bay's thinking more panic mode, like, oh my gosh, we might not make the playoffs, and we kind of thought we were going to. So I like that energy from both teams.
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
I have Houston -3 at Carolina. Houston coming off the bye.
Houston!
I love Houston. Coming off the bye week, Miles Sanders coming back, going to be splitting time with Chuba Hubbard. Adam Thielen. Wait, Carolina's also coming off the bye week.
Yes, Carolina's coming off the bye.
Well, Houston's a better team. So I like Houston -3, and I think we should take them for sure.
I don't hate it. I hate the number 3 just for the Circa. I see this as totally could be a 3-point game. I feel like every game in Houston ends either 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Point spread. So 3 scares me a little bit. But I'm not going to fight you too hard on it. If I had to pick the game, I would be taking Houston.
See, I actually love Houston in this game. I think they're going
to... You love Houston in every game, every week.
I think they're going to destroy them. Carolina kind of stinks besides Adam Thielen.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, one of my favorite things to do is pick the worst team and just bet against them. And Houston's looking good, and I think Tank's coming back this week. I think it's 50-50. But, so, I'm not against it. Yeah. For me, next is Miami, -9.5 at home against New England. So, obviously, everybody saw New England come off of a huge win against the Bills. And Miami come off of a tough loss against Philadelphia. I don't think they got outplayed in that game, Miami. But I saw a lot of their potential. I still think they're great. I think at home they've owned New England, even with Brady. I think they're going to use this as, hey, keep talking about us game, and they're going to go put up some numbers.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously New England coming off the big win. You got to put in that factor. Mac Jones looked decent in that game. I think he's going to sell this game. He's not going to.
Yeah, and for me, honestly, even if he looks great in this game, I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, Patriots defense. I mean, Buffalo was just out there sucking. I don't think Patriots defense is that great. I think it's okay. I think that they're going to have no problem putting up numbers.
And honestly, you have to look into the fact that Jalen Waddle was out for most of the first half, which I think hurt them because Jalen Waddle was making big plays that whole game. And then when he came out of the game, I feel like they started to slow down a little bit, couldn't get the ball moving. And then right when he came back, the first play he was back in, he had like a 20-yard catch up the middle. I mean...
Yeah, I think they also fell into that trap that I hate when teams start to play the other team's game.
Yeah.
They start to go, oh, we need to match this momentum and do this, and oh, we got to establish the run. When they go out there and they're just like, let's just put up more numbers than them, they kill them.
Yeah.
So, I love them. I'd like them at 12.5, 13.
Okay, so I didn't have it on my board, but I actually liked the pick. I was kind of hoping you'd throw it on there.
The sleeper.
Yeah. So I have Philadelphia -6.5 at Washington.
Okay.
Now, Washington is known to be that killer that takes out the good team. But
and we just saw this game a few weeks ago, right, in Washington. And now it's in Philly, and it was only an 8-point spread, and Washington covered.
Yeah.
So that is something to be concerned about.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Just Philadelphia to me is the better team, and I usually don't have a problem taking Philadelphia in any game unless it's against the Chiefs or the Dolphins. Against the Dolphins. So I do like Philadelphia minus 6.5 in this game, but I do like some picks on our board better than that game.
Okay, cool.
I just want to put in there as like an emergency one, just
yeah,
in case.
yeah. It's good to have options. Yeah. We don't always disagree, or we don't always agree.
Yeah.
For me, my next pick would be Cleveland on the road in Seattle plus 3.5. So Watson's out again. Mm-hmm. We just got the news today. It's Wednesday. Walker's going to be fine. I think this is what I like about Cleveland. So they're winning games, and they're so dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Like everybody getting injured, things are wrong. They're still winning games.
Yeah.
Seattle last week, I think we were lucky to cover the spread, and the Cardinals were just horrific. And with Metcalf being questionable, I just see Cleveland's defense taking over this game and getting 3.5. I see it as worst case scenario. They lose by 3 and they're going to cover the hook.
Okay. So I hate to break it to you, but I actually liked Seattle in that game.
Okay.
JSN finally showed that he is a decent receiver, and he had a good game, and I think we're going to see the same result again against Cleveland, and I really think that Seattle is going to try and show their dominance on offense against a really good Cleveland team. So I actually like Seattle in that game. I feel like I've liked Seattle the past 3 weeks in a row. But they're a good team. And,
that's okay. That's allowed.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got?
That's it.
That's it for you? Okay, I have one more. I have the Monday night game, which I never like to take. I have Detroit at home, -9 against Vegas.
Okay.
So for me, Vegas is in the middle of that lower tier team level for me.
Yeah.
And Detroit's up at the top of the best. So I think this is definitely a get-right game for them. Hopefully they get a little bit healthier. They were pretty injured going into last week's game. I don't see any reason at home that they don't just make a statement to the world. Yeah, we lost like by 800 points last week, but we're going to do it to this team and show you that we're awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I think that we can already agree on 3 games. Jacksonville -2, Kansas City -7, and Minnesota at a pick'em.
Okay.
And then I was thinking you can throw in a team you really like, and I can put in a team I really like, or, we can just
I can live with
talk
that.
it out.
Yeah, sure.
So who do you want to put on?
Well, let's see. I really like Dallas -6.5.
Because I'm not against really any of your picks besides the Cleveland game. If you really like the Cleveland game, though, you can put it in there because I feel like you've been
So we like Jackson, Minnesota, and Kansas City.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough not to take that Miami game -9.5 too. That's a hard one. I don't mind giving up on the Cleveland game. I'm definitely not going to take Seattle.
Yeah.
But that was probably my lowest pick out of all of them. So
yeah, that was my lowest pick too.
So I don't mind ditching that. For me, it's between Miami and Dallas.
Okay, so I thought you were going to put the Lions on there for sure. I think that's a lock.
I do like it a lot. It's a Monday night game. I hate waiting until Monday night for results. I'm weird like that.
Yeah. No, I do too.
But I don't see any way they don't come out and pummel the Raiders. So I don't know. Maybe we got to consider that.
Okay. So I already know the game I want. You can if you really don't like it, you can throw it off. But I want to put Houston on the board. Carolina sucks.
Okay.
And Houston has been playing some good football. Their defense is finally starting to step up. C.J. Stroud's playing great. Both teams coming off the bye. I think Houston's going to step it up in this one and prove that C.J. Stroud's going to prove that he's the best rookie quarterback and should have been taken first overall instead of Bryce Young.
Okay. All right. So I've got to decide between Dallas, Miami, and Detroit, huh? Man, that's tough. All right. Let's figure this out here. So Dallas coming off a bye. Miami's got the record at home. They've got something to prove. And Detroit's at home, and they got something to prove.
If I was going to pick, I'd take the Lions. That almost hit my board That would be my preferable pick out of those three, but this is your pick right
Well,
here.
no, I'm okay with that. I mean, if you like it and I liked it, I'm okay putting that in as our 5th game.
I just think that that's a lock pick for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
they got destroyed by the Ravens, and I really think that they're like, okay, we just got to go out there and we got to win a football game. Because I really feel they don't want to hit that downward spiral.
Yeah, they're not. Well, they're definitely not going to lose 2 in a row. It's whether or not they're going to cover the 9. But I do think they got to go out there.
Well, I think they want to blow them out.
Yes.
Like, I think that's their goal. They're going to put up as much points as possible. Like, they got held to 0. It was 28-0 going in a half.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That is really bad.
Yeah, actually, I think it was 35-0 at one point.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and,
right
and
after
then
coming out of
they
half.
finally scored. So,
Yeah, okay.
I like that game, actually.
All right, so what do we got?
So we have Jacksonville, -2. Kansas City, -7. Minnesota at Pick'em. We have Houston, -3. And we had the Lions, -9.
All right, 5-0, baby.
Yep, I like it.
All right, so for the parlay of the week,
Yep.
got to give them 3 because we've been winning on 3s.
Yep.
Didn't hit last week, but our streak is crazy.
Yeah.
So let's give them 1 off the card
Yep.
and give them 2 we didn't use.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like
So-
off the card?
The one off the card, I want to give them the Lions -9.
Okay, Monday night game.
I think that's a good game.
Give everybody some Monday night action.
Yep.
I like that. Really liked Dallas -6.5 and Miami -9.5.
Yep.
You okay with throwing those in there?
I am totally okay with those, like those.
All right, so what do we got?
All right. So we have Dallas -6.5, Miami -9.5, and the Lions -9.
Boom. Parlay of the week.
Yep.
And those are some big numbers.
Oh, yeah, they are. All right, guys. So this is going to wrap up our Week 8 show. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that post notification bell.
Bing!
And make sure to go follow our Instagram to check out our Told You Tuesdays, our Friday finals, and any other fun picks we have.
Yeah, and remember, you guys can follow us in the Circa Millions Contest. We're pick 6. And yeah.
Make sure to also leave a comment, tell us your picks,
Oh, yeah.
what you thought of the show, anything like that, because we love to hear what you guys have to say. And with that,
Have fun burning your books.